Alright guys, so I have a native Slayer Max Propel. I just got it not that long ago. I've been out of the kayak scene for almost a year and I wanted to get back to it. So I got one just like a week or two ago. So what I'm gonna do is show you how I'm mounting the graph. I looked all over YouTube and I could not find a in detail video of how this was done. So just kind of winging it here, and it seems to be working out pretty good. I mean, some of you may look at this and say, oh, you're doing it completely wrong, or you jacked it up, but I will face those problems when I get there, if I have any. So what I'm gonna do is I have this little makeshift kayak rack that I used for my old one. I might get under here real quick. So this plate here has two screws, two Phillips. You pop them out, you take those out, and this black plate drops off. So I put my transducer on its bracket that it came with, and it comes with these mounting screws for a transom, like on a boat, like that. And so what I did was I lined it up even, flush with the top. That way it would recess a little bit to kind of stay a little more protected. And then I pre-drilled the spots after marking them with a silver Sharpie. And then I drilled those in there. And it's in there really good. It's not gonna go anywhere. But I put it, it's gonna overlap a little bit right here on both of those screws, but that's fine because the heads on them are smaller than the hole, so they'll actually come in from the side and go in behind that. So that's how I mounted it. And then up top here, I'm gonna go back up. Okay, so in the top here, once you take, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna have a little piece of string in there too. That was through there. And you take these two screws out here. This plate will pop off, and then you're gonna have a rubber piece done in that hole, blocking it up with this string coming through it. So what I did was I wanna use this. So I did this kind of like the through hole kit, which isn't installed yet because I still have to run the wires. And they come with these little fittings, but they're already pre-slit. This one was not. I don't know if it's supposed to be, and it was like done on a Friday. I don't know. But I went ahead and cut the slit in there. That way I can put my wires in there. And when I push this back down in here, it's gonna pinch that together and kind of help it stay watertight as much as possible. And then this plate with the gasket is going to go back over top of it, which is also going to help prevent water from coming in. So that's what I've got going. That's the way I'm going to do it. And I'm sure you guys will see some videos of this thing on the water here pretty soon. I'm going to do a through hole kit right here as well to run the wires. Then after that should be done. But anyway, I wanted to go over that real quick, show you guys how I was going to do that, because like I said, I have yet to find a video that goes into detail of how to mount a graph, a transducer, on one of these Slayer Max Propels. And yeah, my Lowrance sticker's not having fun. My wife put that on there trying to help me out, but it's blue on blue, so taking that off. I got a black one I'm going to put on there. Anyway, stay tuned, fishing videos, all that good stuff. See you guys. Alright, so just an update for you guys. Got the wires ran, the plates down nice and tight, and I got the power cable ran up here for the battery. I have not sealed that up yet. I'm going to, just one step at a time. Transducer cable is like stupidly long. I said it's made for a boat, so it's made to run all the way from the back all the way to the front if you want, or up to the console. Even then there's still some extra. So what I did is I ran it through here just to try to keep this box nice and neat, and I've got the extra down here. Try not to crimp this too tight, just enough to keep it together. It could mess with the signal in your transducer. Yep, so that's there. I've run the power and the transducer up here to the plate, and now I'm just gotta put the through hole kit, install it here, put these wires through, give them enough play to come up here to my Lowrance bracket, and then we'll be putting the Lowrance unit on. All right, guys, we are finished. Just waiting on my battery. Got the through hole kit installed right here, nice and tight. My wires running through, back up and around. I ended up getting the reveal on this one, and yes, I am using my phone. Just easier to move around. But yeah, I ended up getting the Hook 7 reveal. It is the one with the inland maps in it. It's not just like a chart plotter. It's kind of annoying just to look at a blue dot that you're on. But I got my cables run up. Everything's nice and neat. Try to show you in here. I did not put the through hole kit right here. I might end up doing that if I notice water gets in here. I've been out on the water with it twice, and I haven't had an issue, not a drop. And once it was raining, so. I got my inline fuse installed here. I always run these just to help protect the unit in case something happens. I used, this is electrical tape, it's just added precaution. I use the, let me see if I can show you. I've already put my electrical bag up. I'll set you down for a second. I use these Everstart, the heat shrink connectors. The red ones is what you're going to want to use on the power cable, or the smallest. And what it is you put them in both sides, you crimp them down one at a time, and you actually take a lighter or a torch or something to it, keep it away from the kayak. That kind of goes without saying, and then you heat them up and it kind of shrinks together and it makes it watertight. I use these on the blue water LEDs that I have installed underneath my bass boat. And as you know, the trailer goes in the water every single time I put it in the water, so I haven't had an issue with that yet. So that's what I use. And then, like I said, the electrical tape is just a little added precaution. So, but it's nice and neat and not a bunch of wires lying around everywhere. And I'm probably gonna have to adjust that a little bit, probably down and out. I do cast on my right side. That's the one thing I wish they would have done a little different with these, is put that access plate on both sides in case, or just pretty much for your preference, if you want to mount on the right or the left. They did route this like you could go either way. These little channels are on both sides, and this plate right here, you can easily just take it up and flip it and then make this come out over here to do the same thing I did there, but over here to run down the passenger side. But, or not passenger side, sorry, it's not a car, but the, and that actually would be the driver's side if you're sitting in it like that. Okay. I'm a mess after doing all this. But anyway, yeah, I would have liked to have a plate right there. That way I could move it, but like I said, I like how it's set up. I like how I've got it. It's just gonna take some playing to get the bracket mounted or set right. I wanted it as far forward as I could get it, just because I don't want it all up on top of me. If you know, if you catch a fish or something, you got your rod hanging, lures and stuff, and I got big old feet, so when they're in here, I don't want them hitting those wires and messing with them. But all in all, that is how I did it. You can do it that way. You can do it your own way. You can take what little bit of information I gave you and run with it. Set it up the way you want. So there it is. That's how to mount, or how I mounted a transducer and a graph on the native watercraft Slayer Propel Max 12.5. Y'all take it easy and look out for those fishing videos because they are coming. See ya.